My name is Donald Francis Carter, and I'm pushing 70, which is a lot easier to say than the boring late 60s that I am. And I like to take great pride in being a Philadelphian because I tease everybody by saying I'm the black gay Republican in the city, and so many other people will take a little bit of pride in too. But what it says too is that I'm different, and I've always been different, and I'm glad to be different. And I think difference is what measures a person. I got a great education here in Philadelphia, and I'm also going on to now be part of the Elder Initiative, which is a continuing education. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that I can be a part of this. If you're going to raise the banner of diversity in the LGBT community, then you better deal with the fact that I'm black, I'm gay, I'm a Republican.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, because I'm getting...
Oh yeah, go ahead. My favorite part is this. Mine too.
You always got to be prepared to eat.
I know. I got one to go first.
When I came in initially, I heard 600, so the pansies are in bloom, and the lesbians that are the thorns on the roses that everybody thinks about, they're here too. I couldn't resist. It was a cheap shot, and I took it. But Christina Kaludas, whatever that Greek name of hers is, she's, thrift aides, and they took over Giovanni's room. She said, well, I've seen you everywhere over all these years. I said, but Christina, I haven't known you for a lot of years. She said, but for as long as I've been out, I've seen you at all the Prime events. And I said to her, well, that's why people think I'm at everything. It's because I'm at the Prime events. I'm at the William Way Center events. I'm at the Giovanni's Room events. I'm at the library events. I'm at gallery events in Old City for First Friday. When I tell people that I'm a Philadelphian, I take great pride in saying I've had one of the best educations, not just that Philadelphia could offer, but that America could offer. I went to Masterman in 1962, which was the initial year of their enrichment program, and we did 3 years work, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade in 2 years. And then I went to Central, and then I graduated at 16, and then I went to Temple. And I got my degree and started my master's at 20 and was out of graduate school at 22. I feel that if nothing else, my education represents the best that this city and this country has had to offer, especially to an African American kid, because I got the best. I think that's the best I can say, is I got the best. And I'm the result of that best. And you know what's even better than the best that I'm talking about? My mother and father. And I've got to give a little bit to my sister and brother, because, that's the family thing. And I did just come from Selma with my sister. It's a beautiful part. I couldn't have prayed for a better family. It couldn't have been scripted from Central Casting in Hollywood, as the expression used to go. Although I wanted Leave It to Beaver and Ozzie and Harriet, I got Donald and Doris Carter. And those two people were the best thing that I could ever have prayed for, because they gave me so much latitude to become the person that I am now. My father never gave me a minute's grief about being gay. And I'm the firstborn son to a hard-working, middle-class black man from the 50s and 60s in America. Do you know what that meant? Not to be harassed about sports and being masculine. He took great pride with his friends to say all of my academic credentials as I went along. That man loved me. He was a little intimidated because I was so damn smart. But you know what? The reality is he left me alone. And I couldn't have asked for more. Not only did he leave me alone, he gave me the basis. He said, I built the foundation, you build the house. Now that's the way he felt about my being gay. Now when I told him I was a Republican, oh my God, he went ballistic. How can you do this to me? Where did I go wrong? You're killing me. Well, one would expect that would have been the response to being gay. But no, I had the best support because my mother said, when you put the key in the door, the rest of the world is on the outside and all the love is on the inside. And that's where I come from. And that's me as a Philadelphian. In 1990, the community was rallying towards, it was still like early enough that Reagan had not acknowledged, he'd not even said the word gay. In 1990, Bush was still like suffering the after effects of the Reagan years and going into the war in the Middle East, and we were rallying towards Clinton. And my attitude about that was that every gay person can't be in the Democrat vote, because then it'll list to one side. And what kind of balance can you have when everybody? Oh, and then too, they're taking black community for granted. By definition, yeah, you're going to vote for a Republican. No, not given what the Republicans were about in the South. Blah 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 blah. So my attitude was, let's support candidates and sitting officials with what they used to then call the gay agenda, which was about our interests. Let's put that forth to them, because everybody can't be one thing. There's no monolithic gay and lesbian community. Homosexual, as Gore Vidal said, is an adjective which reflects on one's activities vis-a-vis one's sexuality. Gay is a definite lifestyle. I mean, gay is like confetti. Gay is like glitter. Gay is like the rainbow flag, which I've kind of gotten a little over, but I am wearing my Philadelphia rainbow. Gloria Cazares gave me this, and I wear it proudly in place of the American flag, which I wore in my lapel until the day that she gave me this, when they raised the rainbow flag last year, right before she died. So if nothing else, I take great pride in being gay and homosexual. Look at this, and there's rainbow flags and a nice background. Philadelphia is just a city with little side streets that you could just amble along and enjoy not just nature and not just the social aspect of people walking back and forth, but the architecture and just the fact that it's off the beaten path. There's a little street that you could just get away from the traffic and just away from the noise even. And I love this street, and I'm glad that we're walking on it to a cocktail. I am old enough that there are moments when I'm touched to think that I've been a part of so much that defines Philadelphia. that defines the creation of the LGBT community. That there was a time when there was no LGBT community. That everything was just so erratic and so disparate and so other in its own, like the bars were a thing and blacks were a thing. God knows, being black, I had to deal with a hell of a lot about that. Women, that's why there was only one lesbian bar for the longest time, Sneakers, down in God's country. And but every group had its own socializing context. There was no overall LGBT community. And I have seen over 40 years of this city developing into what has become the LGBT community. And it warms my heart when I think about it, because it means that I'm gonna die soon. Which I don't care about, because I've been stockpiling barbiturates and bottles of gin, so come on.
So we're sitting in Venture. How long has this place been?
Oh, forever. I mean, it used to be this wonderful, like, old bar. How, Tommy, how old is the Venture?
Since 1932.
It's older than you.
Well, something's got to be older than me. Dirt and air.
Yeah.
1971. I was the first black student at the University of Cincinnati's classic graduate department. So that gave me a hell of a lot of cred. I mean, it also meant that they didn't know how to handle me. 1971, Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati was still like across the river from Covington, Kentucky. What does that say?
Right.
So it was still a very difficult situation. We were only coming out of less than 15 years, less than 20 years after Brown versus Board of Education. America was another country in 1971, only because it had been another country in 1954. So I represented a hell of a lot, and I had to maintain. I had to be the talented 10th that W.E.B. Du Bois talked about. I had to be a credit to my race. Oh God, what a standard to uphold. But at least it was in Latin. That was the best part. Who the hell else knew? I could say anything, do anything, and it was okay, well, Latin, Greek, yeah, Roman history. Come on. That was when everybody was pushing black is beautiful and black power and the whole black studies, and there I was, Julius Caesar, Caligula, and cocktail party chit-chat that everybody loved to hear. But also because I was in a situation in which it was intimidating that I was black, they didn't know how to handle that in the big context. So I felt like I really had an obligation to kick ass, and I did, believe me. And besides, you got to remember that I went back to Cincinnati to finish my graduate, my dissertation work when Jerry Springer was mayor of Cincinnati.
What were your 15 minutes?
Well, I was with Andy Warhol and the Velvet Underground in New York, and I knew Nico and Candy Darling and Holly Woodlawn. Oh God, I love to this day Holly Woodlawn, who used to come to Philadelphia regularly because she was close with Henry David, who is the the Halloween ball and Henry David's jewelry, jewelry concern. And Henry had opened a place called Heaven on Walnuts on Sansom Street in the 2000 block, where Helium is, I think now is the comedy club, but it was like a club. And it was a dance club, and it was a disco. It was in the late 70s. And Holly Woodlawn she opened the club, and she used to come regularly. And I knew Holly from friends in New York, the Lower East Side, Avenue D. Oh, God, those were the days. It seems like 100 years, but it's only like 40. They call my name. They call my name.
They are.
Oh, stop! That's like you're catching me in a moment in which.